Well, good morning, all. It's Judith. It's a 30-minute chair yoga express class. Welcome. We're so glad you're here. The only thing you need for the class is your body, obviously, and a chair, a nice sturdy one, hopefully. So the one I'm using is a metal folding chair. It's got a wide base for the legs, and it's not going to move. I'm using a yoga mat that's a sticky mat, so it doesn't move when you start pushing weight on it. We're going to use the chair for sitting and standing. Another option would be taking the back legs of the chair up against where the wall meets the baseboard or the floor. And that way, when you start pushing on the seat of the chair, you know it's not going to move. Just some tips. Also, if you have extra props like yoga props, like blocks, for example, fine. If you don't have those, you could substitute with two canned goods of equal size and weight. Don't worry if you don't have that. And then here's a yoga strap. This is easy to substitute. You could use a scarf or a dog leash or a bathrobe tie or a belt. And then other optional items would be hand weights. This is a set of 1-pounders, nothing heavier than 2-pounders if you have them. And if you have none of these props, do not panic. I will offer modifications, and we won't be getting on the earth, so it's only in the chair or standing. So if whatever is being offered does not work for your body this morning, you could modify. I do because I have a shoulder problem. So this arm doesn't go up as high, so I modify. Or you could do something else, like another posture or another movement, or you could skip it altogether. So you can decide what works for your body. So tune in to what the body and the mind are saying, and all should be well. I will be available after class for questions. So just bear with me, and let's start with the feet about shoulder width apart. The toes could be slightly turned out, but not too much. And let's start by swinging the arms like empty coat sleeves or wet spaghetti noodles. So this is a mild balance challenge. If you want to keep the feet flat throughout, you could do that. The idea here is that you're doing a little self-massage. You could tap yourself right below the collarbone, for example. And at the same time, you're twisting and looking over your shoulder to the wall behind you. So you might wish to lift opposite heel as you twist in the opposite direction, or you could keep the feet flat for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep turning, keep twisting. Now you're going to tap on the front of the abdomen, the torso here, where all those internal organs are lodged. And the backhand is going to tap by the kidneys. If you can reach up there, and you're still twisting, imagine the spine is like a wet washcloth. You're wringing out stale blood, chi, life force, and breathing in fresh. So we'll keep twisting for a bit here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly we're going to come back to stillness. No abrupt stopping, no need to shock the body. And then when we're back to neutral, we're going to take soft fists or the heel of the hand and start tapping right here on the hip bones, right there where those hip bones are. We're going to wake up the body. This is a nice thing you could do in the morning if you feel, disoriented, stiff, tight. Just give yourself a little tapping. And then you're going to go around from the hips. You're going to go around to the bum. So you're going to tap your bum and then get up by the kidneys, if you can, as best you can. Give a tap to the kidneys. And now we're going to go down the outsides of the legs, the yang meridian, up the inside of the legs, tapping the yin meridian. Let's go back to the hip bones. We'll do this 2 more rounds. Remembering those deep, full breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Or it could be in through the nose, out through the nose as well. You could choose. Let's go to the hips now. Tapping on the hips. Getting in there and then hitting the bum, the derriere, and then up by the kidneys. Tap those kidneys. And then down the outside of the legs. Up the inside of the legs. Last round, returning to the hips. And you're breathing. Let's hit the side of the hips now. Back to the bum. Oh, up by the kidneys. And then down the outside of the legs. Up the inside of the legs. And then we're back to the hips. And now we're just going to start circling the belly here, circling the navel area. So think about starting going up on the right. I'm not mirroring you. So going on the right side, that means you're massaging the ascending colon. As you move across the center of the body, that's the transverse colon. You down the left side, it's the descending colon. So you're busy working, gently massaging your belly, your colon, assisting it in its job of moving all that Christmas holiday food through you. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. And very nice, bringing that to stillness. Let's go ahead and take the legs nice and wide now. Toes could point out 30 to 45 degrees, hands on hip crease, and let's just start circling some hips. If you need to be near your chair for your balance, that's fine. You could also use a wall for balance or a piece of furniture that doesn't move. So you're not pulling down furniture on yourself. We don't want that to happen. So think about swirling the hips, inhaling forward, exhaling, squeezing navel to spine as you round in the back. A few more in this direction, loosening the hips. And then corkscrewing back to center, you're going to swirl the opposite direction. So inhaling forward, exhaling back and squeeze. Big full breaths, long, slow, and deep, LSD breaths. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And let's return to neutral. Let's roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. You could do this one seated. By the way, if you need relief to sit, go right ahead. Drawing invisible circles in the air with the shoulders for 4, 3, 2, 1. Going the other direction. Don't want to forget the other direction. Oh, let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then just bringing those shoulders back to stillness. Let's rotate the humerus bone in the shoulder girdle. Now, basically what happens here is that every time we're moving our joints, we're generating synovial fluid. And the synovial fluid is what lubricates the joints throughout the body. It doesn't happen until you move the joint. So we're busy generating synovial fluid, moving our joints for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then just coming to stillness, let's shrug the shoulders. Shrug and drop. Shrug and drop. You could do this sitting. 8, 7, or as many as you can manage. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then just shake everything out. Give everything a little wiggle. Let's approach the chair for now. So you're going to sit in front of your chair, mindfully placing the bum down here. And it's better if you're more forward to the front of the seat of the chair than the back of the seat of the chair. Just make sure everything is nice and stable. Hands could rest on thighs for this. And let's just start circling the rib cage here. Oh. See if you can isolate the ribs. So it's only the ribs initiating movement here. And at the same time, we're stimulating those internal organs. We're waking them up and bringing in fresh blood, chi, life force into those areas. Those organs are working 24/7, so we're going to send lots of love to our hearts, lungs, livers, kidneys, all of those guys. Let's corkscrew back to center. Let's circle the other way. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. This direction might feel the same, or maybe it might feel different. You're just noticing, breathing. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back to stillness. Let's separate the legs a little bit wider here now. And for this one, we're going to think about flexion of the spine. So think about getting that spine as flexible as you can. You're sitting, you're grounding those sits bones into the chair seat. Hands can be placed on thighs. We're going to lead with the chin and think about making that spine as flexible as possible. So it's exhale, leading the chin forward, coming forward into a forward fold, tucking the chin as you inhale up. So you're going to exhale forward, leading with the chin, tuck the chin, inhale, coming up. Exhaling, tucking the chin, inhaling. Think about that spine, exhaling, tuck the chin, inhaling. Let's come back to neutral. Let's do it the other way. Tuck the chin, inhale, exhale. The head breaks the waves. Pretend we're like little baby dolphins. Inhale, tuck the chin. Exhale, break the waves. So we're inhaling and exhaling. Let's do 4. Finding your own rhythm, your own pace. 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's stay seated neutrally. Legs are still going to be wide. Let's take the left forearm. Press the left forearm into the left thigh into the left forearm. You're going to float that top right arm up to the sky and see if you can keep the chest square to the front of your space. So we've got a big stretch now on the right side of the body for 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying right here. Let's take the arm over. Inhale, and then coming back, top elbow bends. Exhale. Exhale, sorry. Inhale. Exhale and inhale. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Let's stay over on 1. Now that top arm is straight. Big, little tiny circles with this arm, the straight arm. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's come up to here, bending that elbow, fingertips placed on the shoulder now. So the elbow can drop all the way down. We're going to circle it. Inhale forward. Exhale as you twist and turn, looking behind you. Inhale forward. Exhale back and squeeze. Forward and back. Oh, sighing, moaning, groaning is fine on this one. Inhale and exhale. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Letting that sound is cathartic, and we're all muted, so feel free. Last 2. Inhaling and exhaling. Oh, back to center. And just pausing here in the middle, just noticing, what does the right side feel like of the body? What does the left side of the body feel like? Just noticing, no self-judgment, just observing. Right forearm presses into right thigh presses into right forearm. Now the left arm is going to come straight up to the sky. I'm modifying a bit here. If you can get the arm straight up, that's great. And don't forget the isometric press down here by the leg and the arm for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top elbow bends over to the side. Inhaling and exhaling. See if you can keep the chest squared so you're not torquing off to the side for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top elbow bends. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Stay over on 1. Now that top arm is a whole unit, little circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Arm floats up. Resist gravity as it floats down. Maybe you want to shake the arms out. Give the upper torso a little wiggle. And now we're going to just do this sort of pendulum motion with the torso side to side. So you're going to place your hands on the thighs, not a death press. Avoid the knee joint. So you're going to go to the right, scoop down through center, come up to the left, go back to the left, scoop it down, come back to the right. So you're doing a big sweeping motion here. This also gives a nice squeeze to the internal organs. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Very nice. And then let's just go taking the feet together. Very nice. Let's go ahead. And if you want to stand, stand, or you can remain seated. Going ahead and placing your feet into the earth. Let's go ahead and take some big breaths in. Inhale up. Exhale, press down by the side of the body. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Let's float the arms up. Now we're climbing an invisible rope up towards the sky here. You're trying to keep the chest squared to the front of your screen or your space. And you're getting a nice tug to the intercostal muscles that attach to the side ribs here. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Arms can float down by the side of the body here. Lovely. Let's keep near our chairs. I'm just going to move this off here. Let's work a little on the lower body now. You could do this sitting, but you probably get more effective pressure on the foot as you do it standing. But however you want to do it, all right? Lifting right heel, spreading the 5 toes wide, press it down. Lift the left heel. Spread the 5 toes wide, press it down. So you're lifting right, pressing it, lifting left, and pressing it. If you need to hang on to the chair or the wall or the piece of furniture, feel free. So we're busy now stimulating, strengthening the feet and the ankles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both heels come down. Let's relift the right. And now with just the ankle initiating the movement, circle the ankle. The rest of the leg goes along for the ride. It's not initiating, just the ankle. So the idea is to get the ankles flexible and strong. Let's circle the other direction. And then you're also stimulating and strengthening the Achilles tendon and the ankle, which will help with fall prevention. You want to avoid falls. Let's take that heel down, shift the weight to the right, lift the left. Now we're circling the left ankle, and it's the ankle initiating the movement. The rest of the leg just goes along for the ride. And this supporting right leg, you're standing tall. Let's circle the other direction. You could do this sitting. Nice and easy. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. I'm going to move over to the other side of the chair. Let's go ahead and relift the right ankle. The right heel, sorry. And now we're going to insert the hip into the movement. Yeah. So see if you can get that hip into the movement as you circle the ankle for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then circle the other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Heel comes down, going to the other side. So now I'm lifting the left heel. And I'm going to lead with the hip. So lead with the hip, circling with the hip, Also circling with the leg and the ankle. Yeah, a little balance challenge here for 4, 3, 2, 1, other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then just bringing that to stillness. Let's go ahead and stand with the feet directly underneath the hips. So the hips are where the femur bone plugs into the hip socket. So directly under your hips is hip distance. This isn't hip distance, okay? Just so that's clear. And let's just go ahead and focus. If you need to have fingertips on the chair or the wall, whatever, that's great, that's fine. So the toes point forward. Identify the arch, that middle fulcrum of the foot. And you're going to think about just shifting the weight forward. Nothing is lifting up or moving except your feet. And then you come back to the center and you shift back towards the heels. So it's a very subtle movement where you're moving forward, back to center, back to the heels, rocking forward. And then once that feels comfortable or familiar enough, you might want to think about lifting the heels as you rock forward, lifting the toes as you rock back. So you're getting a rocking motion going with the feet, again, a balance challenge. And then you might want to add arms once you get the legs and the feet going. So you lift the palms up as you rock forward, the palms face back up towards the sky as you rock back. So you're doing a gentle rocking motion and you're controlling the balance. Let's do 8, 7, big full breaths, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then shake everything out. Everything gets loosey-goosey. Let's just lift the heels. Let's bounce. Bouncing the heels. If that's not available, then flat feet, and you just kind of do a spring action with the legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly bouncing down to stillness. Very nice. We might want to use the chair now for big lunges and plies. I'm going to do this so you can see. You might want to face the back of your chair as you do your lunges. You can choose, all right? I'm just going to take it wide so you can see. So the legs are wide, 30 to 45. Let's just go down here and squat. Inhale, squat. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, squat. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1, little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Re-straighten. Nice. Legs come together. Let's return to our chairs very briefly. I'll do this in profile so you can see better. So you're still sitting close to the front of the seat of the chair, crown of head to tailbone flat like a diving board. Tilt back, tuck the chin to protect the back of the neck. Maybe one leg gets lifted, grab back of thigh. Maybe second leg gets lifted, or you can do half and half, and you're fluttering the feet and you're pumping the belly for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And slowly bringing those feet to stillness, float them down towards the mat. And now you can sit all the way back into the back of your chair, getting a nice stable grounding onto the seat of your chair. Let's take a few big breaths in. Inhale up. Exhale, press it away. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, press. So sitting securely in your chair, the palms could rest on the thighs, palms face downward for stability, for grounding. If you want the palms up on the thighs, that's for receiving. So you decide what feels most appropriate this morning, allowing the eyes to drop closed, scanning the body, noticing the effects of the practice, and breathing into any residual tension that might remain. Noticing relaxation forming in the soles of the feet. Let's imagine that we're placing our feet in our bodies in this delicious hot tub so that softness permeates the soles of the feet themselves, and then it moves into the ankles and the low legs. The softness moves from there into the knees, permeating the complex structure of the knees. And from there, it moves into thighs, pelvis, hips, buttocks. The low back releases. And from the belly, the softness moves into the waist and the torso, enveloping the ribs and all of the vital organs enclosed therein, marinating those organs in this delicious relaxation. It moves now into the chest and the shoulders and rolls down both arms all the way to the fingertips, all the way to the fingertips. And from there, it moves into the throat and the neck. And then it moves into the head, all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases, the face and the jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white circle of healing light permeates every cell in the body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. And while we float here in Shavasana, I will read a poem by the late, great Mary Oliver. It's entitled, I Worried. I worried a lot. Will the garden grow? Will the rivers flow in the right direction? Will the earth turn as it was taught? And if not, how shall I correct it? Was I right? Was I wrong? Will I be forgiven? Can I do better? Will I ever be able to sing? Even the sparrows can do it, and I am, well, hopeless. Is my eyesight fading, or am I just imagining it? Am I going to get rheumatism, lockjaw, dementia? Finally, I saw that worrying had come to nothing and gave it up and took my old body and went out into the morning and sang. If you'd like to remain here in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to stay right there. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And then as you are ready, floating the eyes open, inhaling, let's float the arms up, inhale, palms meet overhead, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti, this beating heart. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you stand in the light of your own true self. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.